Welcome back to the Movieverse, your best source for movies and TV show content. I am Ben, one of your co-hosts. Benji Babe. This is Kendrick.
Lamar.
AKA your second co-host.
AKA your second co-host. Yes.
How are you doing this week, Kendrick?
Dude, we're doing good. How you doing?
Doing good. We actually get to spend a week up in the mountains, so.
Yeah, we did. Another week, another movie.
Another week, another movie. I like that.
Another day, another dollar.
Are you going to make that a thing? Another week, another movie?
I'll try to remember.
Okay. I like that.
Another
I do.
Week, another movie.
Does he? Just two guys. Wait, what am I trying to say? Just two chill dudes watching movies. Just two dudes watching movies and talking about movies and TV shows. If you're new here, please make sure you like, subscribe, hit that follow button. Any support we appreciate.
Yes, we do.
Our YouTube channel is new. You can also find us on TikTok,
That's right.
Twitty, Insty. And if you like listening if you like listening just live, you can find us on all podcast platforms as well.
Spotify, Apple, basically all of them except Pandora.
Except Pandora, because we don't support
Pandora
Avatar.
Yet.
Just kidding. We actually love Avatar.
The Way of Water.
We love Avatar. We actually do, but for the sake of the punny comment, we're saying we don't.
And if you guys comment on like anything, we'll respond.
That is true.
If you want to feel that satisfaction of like a heart and a like from the creators, we can do that.
That makes us sound like someone from like some sci-fi movie.
Yeah, it's true. The creators.
Yeah, no. We always love any support. So, and any opinions. If you are following our TikTok, we have many differing opinions.
People disagree with us all the time.
And today you may disagree with us because our opinion can be polarizing today.
That's facts.
Speaking of, let's get into our movie of the week. Let's get into our episode of the week and our outline for the episode today is what I meant to say. First, we will do our full movie review of the movie of the week. Each week we choose a movie that's coming out in theaters that is the big movie or the movie that's getting a lot of traction, the movie that most people would see, just so we can talk about it and give you guys some insights on that film, whether if you haven't seen it yet, whether you should go see it, or if you're just looking for other opinions on the movie.
Discussion.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Good discussion. The movie this week was TRON ARES, the new TRON installment by Disney. The third installment in that franchise, coming after 15 years after Tron Legacy.
That's crazy.
That brings in a lot of opinions, so we will get into that, and we will give you a big movie review on TRON ARES. Separate from that, we will also then do our binge report every week. We do a little, what we call binge report of everything that we've been watching, movies, shows that we've caught.
Yes.
Usually stuff that's new, fresh, stuff that you guys are interested in. So
yes, sir. We
try to keep on track with all the good stuff coming out. We obviously don't keep track of all of it, but any of the big stuff, we try our best. So, and if there's ever anything that you guys want us to check out, let us know.
True.
Well, as always, let's do a toast.
A nice little clink.
Yes. Toast to a good episode today. Clink.
Clink, clank. Oh,
that always tastes so good.
It does. The first sip.
The first sip of any drink. Also the first sip of any episode.
Oh.
I think the first sip of any of our episodes always tastes...
First sip?
Extra good.
What about the rest of it?
The rest of it tastes pretty dang good too, so... All right. Enough out of the way. Let's get into our movie of the week.
Yes.
Probably why you're here. TRON ARES. As always, we are going to get into what we liked about the film, what we're mixed on with the film, and what we didn't like with the film. We'll give you our score, ranking, whether we recommend it or not. We'll give you our top 10 for the year, see if any of that has updated each of us. And we'll ask you and ourselves whether this movie fits into the movie multiverse or if we should place this new film in its forgotten timeline. A timeline where it shouldn't exist, where we don't need to have it and don't need to know about it or don't need to see it again.
It's like the void, in Loki.
It is like the void in Loki.
Where just things get thrown there because it doesn't matter anymore.
Most likely anything under a 4 is going to get thrown in that category. Because it's usually got to be, to sit in the multiverse of movies and film, it's got to be something that for us is rewatchable, something we really want to watch.
It's good. We had a really good time.
Exactly. I think there could be some 3.5 out of 5s every so often that are like respectable enough that we would include them in the movie multiverse. But
like for me, The Last Jedi, 3.5.
That's a hot take, but that is his hot take. He
I'd
would
keep it in the
include that.
multiverse. Everyone would say, please put it in the
No,
Forgotten
because
Timeline.
if we could forget about it,
Yeah,
in the
that would-
Forgotten
people
Timeline,
would
we
like
could
that.
remake it.
But I don't agree.
We could totally remake it and make a better movie.
That's okay.
If it was in a Forgotten
I
Timeline.
support that actually.
Okay,
so,
okay.
yeah.
But no, I actually see what you're saying. If you do support that movie, I can. And if replacing it in a Forgotten Timeline didn't actually take it out of context and our universe, then I could see what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, again, back into our Tron Ares review. All right, let's start off with what we liked about the film. Kendrick, go ahead and start. Tell me what you liked about it.
Yeah, I think what I liked, and it's going to sound basic, right? We're talking about this movie, but it's the visuals and the music and the soundtrack. That's kind of a big reason to see Tron, in my opinion. That's what Tron Legacy was honestly best for as well, in my opinion. So this movie, I was looking for that. In the trailers, I was like, that's what I see is going to happen. There's a Nine Inch Nails soundtrack. I was like, okay, it's probably going to look really good and sound really good. And it does. I feel like the visuals are pretty dang top notch. I'm so into it. It's just so futuristic and so sci-fi, and so like I thought its own little vibe with the red, kind of the red aesthetic.
Yeah,
really hit well. And then the soundtrack was pretty banger. It did remind me of the Daft Punk soundtrack. Not quite as good as the Daft Punk soundtrack, but that's like a crazy ask. But it was really good. Like I still re-listened to it when I left the theater and stuff, and I thought it worked well, and it was like making me vibe to the whole movie. I will say, Jared Leto, I think, is good in this movie, and that might be crazy to say, but I think this was a good role for him. I think where he can
agree
be
with you on that.
a robotic.
It's kind of a. I don't even know if it's a compliment because I think he's only good in it because he doesn't have to have any emotion.
Exactly, like he fits that well, being kind of just a cold robotic guy. It's kind of made it a little more comedic and made him kind of likable, which I liked.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think it fit well. So actually, well casted, surprisingly. Based on some first reviews and stuff, I was kind of like, is Jared Leto going to be good? You know, I don't know. Because, he's in so much crap movies. And he's crap in a lot of movies. So
and
I was like,
it's probably a safe bet to not put him in a film, to be honest.
It's true. Like, you just know, like, I think Blade Runner is the only role I'm like, oh, yeah, he did pretty good in that. Besides that, I'm not usually that impressed. But he was good in this role. And then, yeah, I think, I'm trying to think what else I really liked about it, dude. I just really like those things a lot. I think story is pretty good. It's we'll get more into that later, but I still liked aspects of it, and I actually liked generally what it was about and what it went for.
Yeah.
I think it was cool bringing everything into Earth and the real world, and I think it did well at keeping some cool things about Tron Legacy as well. I loved seeing Jeff Bridges in it. I liked the payback to the original Trons that's in it. I guess that's a little spoilery, but it's kind of paying, I feel like, a little homage to those.
I mean, technically the trailers already gave that away.
Yeah, I mean, we see Jeff Bridges and stuff, so like it pays homage a little bit to those other movies, which I appreciated that. And I think the action was really sick too. I'll go for the action. I think was pretty fun. I always love seeing the action with like these people that crumble and they have their discs and stuff, and the vehicles they use for the action and all that was really dope. So like overall, it's just pretty epic, and I liked how epic it was and how enjoyable it was. It's an enjoyable film, and I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What'd you like?
Thanks for asking. No, I'm just kidding. No, I actually
have no choice.
I think I ditto you on about everything you said. Again with these movies, if you've ever gone into these movies needing something that is extravagant when it comes to a story or a screenplay, like you're doing something wrong. I personally have never even felt that Tron Legacy has some crazy, super moving, meaningful story. I think it's a great story. I do. Yeah. And Tron Legacy has a better story than this one does, and a better story than the first Tron does. Yeah. But that being said, I've never felt like Tron Legacy's story, its plot, its script are that top tier in and of themselves.
Yeah.
Especially the script. The script, when you watch Tron Legacy with an open mind, is extremely
normal.
Like there. Like it's a fine script. It's nothing that's outrageously great.
And it's not really memorable characters, but
no, exactly.
They're good.
I think our characters are memorable because of, and this is the only like thing I'd give to the story with Tron Legacy, and I know we're supposed to be reviewing Tron Ares, but like I think it's just the fact that Tron Legacy has a great enough epicness to its story and climax that the characters are remembered, which I think going into this film, a lot of people I think a lot of the hate people are going to give to the movie is from the side of just not the movie, but the fact that they want Tron Legacy sequel in and of itself, something with the Flynns and stuff that we knew and loved from that movie, because I do think it ends in an epic enough way that people wanted Sam, people wanted Cora, and so I do think that's what Tron Legacy does better than this. But again, what I liked with this, I think the story is good, but it's good enough. It's nothing great, and it's nothing that's going to
it's not life
change the game of AI or sci-fi in that stance. I just don't think it's trying to do that. Genuinely, when I watched this movie, and this is actually what I liked about it, is it feels like Disney saying, and the makers of this movie saying, this is our new walking point, this is our new starting point. This is what we want to build from, and this is where we want to head going forward. Now, I've always been one that will be extremely against the idea that Disney took this long to make a movie, and this is where we're headed now. But if I have an open mind to the movie in and of itself, I think it's great. I think it's moving in a good direction. Yeah. So I'll say I liked that about the story. I do think it's moving in a good direction, and it has me intrigued. I'm there enough with the story to keep going. But then aside from that, the stuff that I loved, like your visuals, your score are really, really great. Yeah. The movie's a complete vibe. Totally. You just feel like you're sitting there having a great time alone just because of everything that you're witnessing. I would say see this in the grandest scale you can. Yeah. I think that'll help your experience.
It will.
We saw this in
built
3D.
For that.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's literally the movie. Again, it's not built for plot. It's built for visuals, aesthetic, score, sci-fi, all that kind of stuff, and it delivers there. You can't say it doesn't.
No.
Its score is great. It's awesome. And we saw this in 3D IMAX, and it was really, really, really cool.
And we usually don't like 3D.
We're not 3D
guys.
There's
very few movies I could dig watching in 3D. And this
in fact, we'll tell you the exact amount of 3D movies we've seen. Tron Ares, Avatar The Way of Water, Avatar, and Nijatu. 4 movies that we have seen in theaters in 3D.
And they all were good in 3D.
And they were all good in 3D.
Those are very specific movies to watch in 3D.
Yes, and they're movies that were built for it.
Yes.
And again, this movie is built for 3D IMAX.
And a big screen.
That doesn't mean if you watch it outside of 3D, it's not going to be the same. You'll still love it. Yeah. But see it in the grandest way you can. Yeah. One, you want great sound system. Like this definitely delivers on the score.
Yeah.
Literally, our theater was shaking. This is a theater of probably 600 people, and like it's shaking. Every seat's shaking throughout the film because that Nine Inch Nails score just
felt it in my bones.
Yeah, it injects in your veins.
Yeah.
You feel it shattering your bones. Like it's intense. And there's moments where it's really intense. Like genuinely, I was like, okay, wow.
Yeah,
I'm really feeling that.
Feels like you're getting a massage. Honestly,
like literally
the vibrations. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and then there's some sequences here that are really, really dope to look at. And you're totally right. The action is awesome.
Yep.
So, that being said, I think that's what I liked about the film.
Yeah.
Visuals and aesthetic, score, genre, like it nails all of those to me. It's sci-fi to a T.
Yeah.
It's great visually. It's great with its score. And then it's got a good enough story to get me going, but I think that's going to be more into my mixed category.
Yeah. That's good.
Well, let's get into our mixed category. I can go ahead and start.
Yeah.
Mixed. I think story is what I'm mixed on. I think that if you're to be mixed on anything, I definitely have the mixed feelings of getting a story that's not specifically about Cora and Sam Flynn. That's what I have wanted for years.
Same.
And I think that's what everybody's wanted.
And those actors are still around and working.
Totally.
It's like
I wanted a Joseph Kosinski movie. I did not want.
He's still around too.
Yes,
and he was down to do it, right? So
he was.
He was going to.
He wouldn't do it anymore, and that's the reason they couldn't get him because they treated him so poorly.
Should have made this a long time ago.
Yeah, he waited around for him for years, and a guy like Kosinski, who's that top tier, you don't make him wait. And they're finding out. You don't know, but you about to find out. Yeah. No, anyways, they found out, not getting him back. But anyways, no, I think if you go into this movie with an open mind, though, and this is the reason I'm mixed, is I always force myself to have an open mind with film. Aside from my personal feelings, how is the film in and of itself? Like, is it good? This movie set aside all my feelings about Tron Legacy and what I wanted the story to be about. If I can be humble for a second and get out of my own head, and which I did with the film, I was shocked at how much I enjoyed the story.
Yeah.
It's nothing great. It's weaker than Tron Legacy's story, but I do think it's a good enough story, and I do think it sets up the right direction for the franchise going forward. I just hope that even though this movie isn't performing like maybe they wanted to, I don't think they should have expected it to, because they're doing what everybody didn't want them to do. But anyways, that being said, I would hope that they do a second one pretty quick, because I think people will forget about the past if you get them moving to the future. And in order to get them moving to the future, you got to start putting out projects. You can't wait 15 years and expect people to hop on the ride again. You got to keep putting out stuff.
That's true.
So
that's true.
If Disney's listening to me, which I know they're not, but that's your solution here.
Yeah.
You got to start putting stuff out. You've got to start doing it. You cannot wait 15 years. I don't care if this barely makes its money back. You've got enough people enjoying it.
Make another one.
You got a great audience score. Make another one. Make it quick. Get right on it so that people can move on and move forward. You can't be mad at people for not moving forward when you don't. So
you know what that reminds me of totally is Furiosa.
I would agree,
because you had Mad Max Fury Road, and then Furiosa was so much later.
I agree,
and it didn't make as much money as they predicted, because the movie was pretty dang good.
It's amazing,
we loved it. Like, it still was so much later. Like, why did that come out so much later?
Agreed.
So same problem here, I would say, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's a great comparison, because now you have a studio that's saying, well, we didn't make as much money as we wanted to with Furiosa, and there hasn't been another greenlit project in the Mad Max franchise. If you want, as a studio, if you want people to hop on a franchise, you just got to put stuff out there. And as long as it's getting good audience scores, I know that critics' scores matter. We're critics.
Yeah.
But like, when you're putting out movies as a studio, I feel like you have to separate yourself from critics' views for just a little bit and the box office for just a little bit, and say, how do we get people moving on our train? Well, we got to start putting stuff out for them to hop onto. So yeah, your failure here is if you don't get something out quick. But again, I think back to what I was saying, what I'm mixed on is the story. And I just think that it's good enough. But I do think that, it's good, and it has its issues, and it's not at all what I wanted from the Tron franchise, but I do think it's good enough. If you go in with an open mind, you'll have a good time.
Mm-hmm. One other example I just thought of that totally proves your point is 28 years later, because that literally came out
totally true.
So much after, it's been
totally
so long, but they, like, within a year they got the next one coming out, and then they have another one already planned to come out. Like, it's
that's actually a good example.
That's totally rebooting a franchise and getting people hyped, and
you have to be willing to take a hit on the first one.
And I didn't even fully love 28 years later, but it's still, I think, dope, and I'm gonna go check out all the new ones, because
and
you're making it quick.
It's good enough that you want to go see the next one.
Yeah.
It's also soon enough that you're still interested.
Exactly. It's soon enough.
Tron Ares is good enough to deserve a sequel. There's nothing hateable about it besides the fact that it maybe just isn't the one you wanted. But if you're looking at it just from a open mind, it's a great film. So you did something right there. Mm-hmm. You've got to start putting more out.
And something goes for seasons of television too, because it's like,
that's true.
Sometimes you'll hear a show and it's like season 1 came out and they're like, oh, we already have 2 and 3 greenlit, and 2 hasn't even come out yet. And you're like, dang, that's faith in the show, and that means we're gonna get seasons within probably a year or 2 of each other. So you will keep watching the show. Whereas if you waited years to get another season of a show,
an example of that, what's happening with Ahsoka? I saw Sean Chandler say this on Twitter. He's like, you've lost everybody on Ahsoka.
It's been a while.
You had so much hype with Ahsoka because of everything you did right in that show with all the fan service and everything. Good fan service.
Yes.
But you had so much hype. If you would have put a season out right after, views would have been great. You would have done really well with it. But I gotta tell you, this next season of Ahsoka coming out, I don't feel the hype anymore because it's been so long.
It's coming out.
They've been filming it, so.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, I think that's another example of and Sean was saying that actually just a couple weeks ago. He was talking about how no one's excited for this because it's been way too long. You can't wait 5 years. Can you believe it's been that long? It's been almost 5 years.
No,
3 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say
3 years. It's been about 3 years. Yes, it has been 3 years.
That's right. It's almost gonna be 3 years when it comes out. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yep. So
wow, wild. That's
by the time it comes out, it'll have been around 3 years.
Crazy.
Is what he was saying. I think that's what Sean was saying.
Man.
So, anyways,
crazy.
You just and that's what I'm mixed on here. It's a good story, but the fact that we haven't heard anything about another movie, worries me we're going another 15 years without a Tron movie. So
funny. Let's see. Mixed for me. I'll talk maybe more what I think people could be mixed on, but I mean, clearly the movie's divisive. Clearly it's got mixed reviews where I think casual people that go see this movie, I think are going to go, wow. Like even if they hadn't seen Tron Legacy or don't remember Tron Legacy, they'll go, dang, that was fun. That was pretty cool. We took a casual viewer to Tron Ares. His name is Crowds, one of our great friends. He doesn't remember anything about the other two films at all. Yeah. Comes out of the movie, he's like 5 out of 5. Yeah, he was like, that was dope.
He's like, it maybe wasn't 5 out of 5, but that was like a 5 out of 5 experience for me. Yeah. He was like, that was super cool. Yeah. I loved it. I loved my whole time with it. Yes. Didn't feel like 2 hours. Like he was raving about it. And I've talked to some other people that don't really care for Tron, and like they loved the movie.
Exactly. Like, because you just go into it pretty open. But I think that where the mix comes in, it seems like to me all the negativity is all around like these hardcore Tron fans that are like I would agree. Thinking that it's like destroying the universe and that it doesn't do anything life-changing for the universe and that it wasn't this masterpiece of a movie. And I feel like they're going extremely harsh on it. So I think,
and again, I think if you're going into this movie still expecting Tron Legacy 2, so to speak, then you're going to hate this movie because that's not what it is. But they have never marketed it as that. At least to me. I've never felt like this was Tron Legacy 2. I've always felt like this was basically a reboot.
It does feel like a reboot.
And that's what it feels like, because it technically is tied in the same universe, but it's so many years later, it doesn't really care to like tie it, which I think is probably a good thing. As much as people are going to hate that, I think that the best thing Disney probably could have done was say like, hey, we messed up waiting 15 years to make this movie. But since we are going to try and build a new foundation for the franchise, we're just going to try and stay as far away from the old foundation. I get that sounds horrible, and you're valid to feel mixed on that and hate that. But at the same time, I think as long as they are willing to put more out, that's the right decision.
I agree with that. And like literally to me, it feels like the hate on the movie and the mix aspect are just people finding a lot of reasons to hate it. And I think you can find a lot if you really, really go into it with that and look for it. But honestly, going in, even like I had just seen Tron Legacy for the first time a few months ago. Like I thought it was really fun. So like it depends on the person, but I think if you're casual, like you could totally have fun with this movie.
We are both people that actually love Tron Legacy. So that's the funny thing is like we do fit in that. We're movie critics. We also both love Tron Legacy, so we fit in both those categories, and we still love it.
But I guess if you're a diehard hardcore Tron fan, and this could feel like it destroys it for you. You know, I didn't feel that. I don't really know why, but it seems like that's a common thing I'm seeing. So,
but I'm gonna argue to the ends of the earth, and that's where we could. Are you good to get into didn't like? Are you good to go into that?
Yeah, we can get into didn't like.
So our last category is didn't like with this movie. I'm gonna argue right now. I don't care if it's a hot take. I don't care what you think as a diehard Tron fan. This movie does not do anything hateful to the Tron franchise.
No.
It doesn't do anything that is horrible.
No.
There is nothing in this movie that is horrible aside from you wanting something different from the film.
Yeah.
That is on you, and that's okay, and it is completely valid.
That is okay.
But I think we need to make sure we're acknowledging if the film's just not for you, it's not for you. If it's not the film you wanted, that's great, and it's totally valid. But again, I don't think that we sometimes need to remember that not liking a film from a personal level is different from not liking a film from a critical level, because I do think that this movie doesn't have anything critically like that wrong with it. I honestly don't know that much. I think most of what I would say negative about this movie is in my mixed category, where I talked about the plot and the screenplay.
Yeah.
There's really not much I could come up with that I would say like I didn't like this about Tron Ares.
Yeah.
I could genuinely, like, I could nitpick. I could be like, sure, I don't really see. Again, I can't say I didn't like the screenplay or script, because I think that there's stuff in it that I like, and then there's stuff that I don't. So it's very mixed. Same with the story. There's stuff I liked, stuff I didn't like. So I'm very mixed on it. But like, there's nothing here that I thought the film did bad. Even like, there's never a visual moment that doesn't look good. There's never a score or music moment that isn't great. The story has its ups and downs, but it is good. I guess you could say maybe some characters aren't fleshed out. I think that's the only thing I would say I didn't like, is there's a couple characters, side characters here, which is very common with these types of movies that I don't care for.
It's so common.
I think that's the only thing, though.
It's a very common blockbuster thing.
There's specifically, like at the ending of the film with the climax, some characters do something that is like a meaningful part of the story technically, but when they do it and they start like cheering as characters and like happy that they accomplished it, I'm not feeling anything for it. So I think that's okay. I think that's the only thing I could say like I didn't like. But again, it's so cliche and normal to me. Like every blockbuster does it, that it's not like I'm like disappointed by it either.
Won't dock your score a bunch.
No, it's not like killing me. Like I genuinely just remembered that just barely. So
yeah.
Anyway, there's my thoughts. I guess it's a hot take. There's just nothing really that I could say I didn't like about this movie.
No, I think that's cool. I mean, there's a little bit like I guess I put in the I don't like category, but it's also nothing that impacted it so much that I have to dock it much or say that it's that impactful of a dislike. But yeah, like I mean, kind of similar. Like character wise, there's no character in here that like puts on a top tier performance or like stands out. And I think all the side characters, honestly, like I couldn't remember much about them. I couldn't tell you much about them. Like they're forgettable. They're not fleshed out well, and but they're not atrocious. They're not. It's not like horrible acting, but you're also just not getting anything great. But I didn't go into it thinking I need top tier side characters. It's just you're right. It's so common.
Again.
Yep. And like even Jared Leto, who I said at the beginning was good. It's not like he's great though, you know. And
no, it's just a movie that.
And I think people that think because he's not great, I have to dislike characters, and it's like no, not quite. But I will say there's not much emphasis in this movie to make the characters that good. It is literally like
a sci-fi visuals.
It's really trying to just be a pretty cool aura movie with like a fun enough plot to just be fun and enjoyable. Like that's all it is. So yeah, like characters like, you know, like even Greta Lee, all that, it was like fine.
But again, nothing that I'd say like I didn't like them. Like I don't think there's like I wouldn't say like, I didn't like you. Like I can't say that about Greta.
Yeah.
Like I did. It's not like I didn't like.
There was a few moments for me, but it also was like
moments. Yeah, I would say
it wasn't enough to really impact me that much. Like I didn't leave the theater even thinking about it. So just things like that. Story wise, it's not a top tier story. It is like it's enough to get the job done, and
exactly
that's kind of
enough to build a foundation for them to work.
And I think that's all you need. Like really? I think Legacy works better because it's kind of like I don't know, like. It's kind of like a fun adventure story. This one maybe ain't as much as an adventure, but it's more like...
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know. You know, like you're
Legacy probably works a little bit better because of its adventure.
Yeah, it was so fresh, new adventure, you know, like going into the universe.
Tron. Yeah.
This we're kind of just like starting in the universe. It's already there. You get kind of more of a villain plot with the Earth and all that and the people. And, you know, yeah. So it's like, it's a plot I didn't expect to be a top tier plot, and it's not. It's just good enough, fun enough. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. I couldn't say I didn't like it. You know,
it's
like
hard. Yeah. And
but I think people out there will go, "This is a weak plot," and it's like, cool. I could see that, but also, are you gonna ignore all the other good stuff? That's really.
And I also wouldn't say like I think we have to differentiate. Okay, is a weak plot what do you mean by weak plot? Like, are you saying it's a bad plot? Because I wouldn't say it's a bad plot either. Yeah. I would say it's weak. It's just, like it's there. It's like there, but it's good enough.
But it gets a job done.
And it has good moments here.
It does have good moments.
That's why I put it in our mixed category rather than our didn't like, because there are moments in this story that I really like. I do actually
and that maybe just comes down to certain people. I don't know if they just need to see some more bad movies, because like if you see enough bad movies with actual bad plots and characters and storylines, you know when you see that. And this ain't on that level. No. You know, you definitely know that. You've seen a lot of half-star, one-star movies and crap. Like,
go watch some streaming movies.
Yeah, like you see War of the Worlds, you're like, okay, that's bad. But like this ain't on that level at all. But people treat it like it is, and that's bothersome to me.
That is a little bothersome to me. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm gonna give a little something here.
Yeah.
You cannot give a 1-star or a half-star to War of the Worlds and then give a 1-star or a 1.5-star to Tron Ares.
It doesn't make any sense.
Justify that to me. You cannot justify that to me. There's
nothing
way
on that level of bad.
No, there is no way you could give me any value, like any logical, valid reasoning from a critical standpoint as to why this movie is the same star level or close to as something like War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds has no story. It is horrible. They wrote it in like 25 minutes. They shot it in like 20 days. It's all on
like Zoom.
It's all on Zoom. It's atrocious. It's a bad movie. That is a bad plot and a bad script.
Half-star.
You can't come out and say, oh, Tron Ares is a weak story, and because I'm just so pissed at Disney, I'm going to claim it's a 1-star movie.
Which
I don't
happens, unfortunately.
No. And again, everybody's opinion's valid, but it does bother. It is a little bothersome to me. That's why discussion's fun, though. I'm not saying this like I don't like anybody that has that opinion, because like I could name tons of people that I love dearly that have that opinion. Like our boy Griff Schiller that I love, Film Speak.
Yeah, say Film Speak.
He's a brother to us.
But you see that opinion, you're like, what the freak,
But
Griffin?
I'm like, dude, Griffin, a 1 star on this or a 1.5?
This is brutal. It's too brutal.
Come on, bro.
And that's where, so all the dislike and negativity, I think, is just people that feel strongly and passionate that it is horrible and it really affected them personally in that way, like with how they feel about the franchise. And, that's okay if they do. But
I think that's where, as long as people could specify to me or separate at least, like, oh, I'm only giving it this score because I personally just hate the direction of this franchise now.
Sure. And
valid. Like, I can't say anything against that. That's your personal opinion.
People say about the Star Wars sequels. Same thing.
Exactly.
Like, I hate the direction and all that.
Those are also bad movies, but
it's true. But you could see someone giving The Force Awakens a 1 star, right? And they're like, I just hate the sequels. And you're like, well, that's actually a fun good movie.
As long as they're not admitting that the movie itself is critically bad.
Yes.
Like, I just don't think you could watch Tron Ares with an open mind and say, like, this is critically in every way just a 1 star movie.
It is at least fun and well made.
Yeah.
As far as
super fun. Like, it's not
production level, like, it's amazing and it's fun. So like, you can have always fun with a movie like that, in my opinion.
Shout out Blu-ray Angel as well. Like, he gave a perfect review to this too. If you want to see another review that's alike to ours, like he gave a review of this movie that was very similar, and I felt the same way. And I know we're saying basically the same things he said. Like, this movie is fun and it is way overly hated. It's not great either. Like, it's not. And I may be like to Team World. I would say it's pretty really, like, it's in that really good area. Maybe not like, it's not greatness, obviously, but it's in that really good area. But he was like, yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun with the movie. He's like, and I don't see why or how you could come out hating the movie either. So.
I don't get that either. Unless you go into it trying to, or it really.
And then
if you're looking at the franchise as a whole and you're pissed. If you go into
anything with a predetermined idea of how the movie has to be, and 2, with finding hatred, you'll find it. Like, if you're gonna tell yourself exactly how the movie needs to be before you go see it, and the movie's different from how you wanted it, even though you're not the writer or director, it's kind of a you thing, and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
And if you're also gonna go into the movie not happy about it, you probably could find a reason to not be happy about it by the end. Like, and I think that's just normal with anything.
It is, especially when you're hitting a franchise kind of thing.
Yes.
So whatever. But at the end of the day, do you think it belongs in the timeline or forgotten timeline?
Belongs in the timeline for me.
Belongs in the multiverse.
Watch it again. I think it's in that area of visual spectacles. I really do. I think it's really cool.
No,
I think anything that is in a top tier category of any category deserves to be kept. And so even if this movie was just kept around for its score, visual, and sci-fi elements, I think that's great in and of itself, because I think those elements are done really top tier.
They are. I agree. I don't think it should be forgotten. I think it belongs in the movie multiverse, and I think it's a fun time.
And I think
genuinely,
it deserves
at the end of the day, if you can just have fun with the movie, which I think you can,
which is what movies are for.
That's all you need. So if you really want the most top tier sci-fi movie in the world, this ain't it. But
it's got top tier elements, though.
It does. And if you need to have some fun, watch this movie. Yep. It's so much fun. It's enjoyable.
Yeah, I totally agree. And then lastly, what's our score? I think we both gave it a 4.
I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Yep, 4 out of 5 for me as well. And I feel like it's honestly the perfect 4. Something that's not like greatness or top tier, but also just so much fun.
Exactly.
Enough fun that you would see it again,
I would.
And then for our top 10 of the year, let's revisit where it's at on our year ranking, the Tron Ares.
Yeah.
Also, what our top 10 currently is. I put it at number
21
out of
87.
So
that's pretty
I've
good.
got it in my top quarter, which is actually really good. At this point in the year, when I've seen 89 movies, anywhere in the top 25% is very good.
It's not like you're in your top 3 to 5 or something, but you're like,
again, it honestly fits right in that 4 out of 5 category.
Yeah.
To say something's 4 out of 5 and have it at 21 out of 87 movies on the year, that's
pretty good.
That's great.
I like that.
And then as far as like I think you had it around the same quarter percentage, actually.
14. How about 14 out of 60?
Yeah, so 14 out of 60 is about almost the same ration as 21 out of 87. So we both felt very similar on it. What's your top 10 of the year?
Oh, yeah. My top 10 of the year, as of now, has not changed. but it is number 1, One Battle After Another. 2, The Life of Chuck. 3, Fantastic Four. 4, Sinners. 5, Nazar 2. 6, Superman. 7, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. 8, F1. 9, Materialist. 10, How to Train Your Dragon live action.
Love it.
Then for
And
Ben.
mine, as of right now, it is F1 at number 10, Ballerina at number 9, Superman at number 8, Train Dreams at number 7, coming out soon. Keep an eye on that. Accountant 2 at number 6, Ninja 2 at number 5, Fantastic Four at number 4, One Battle After Another at number 3, Sinners at number 2, Life of Chuck at number 1. And I just did rewatch How to Train Your Dragon that came out this year again recently, which I'll talk about in my binge report. But low key, I haven't been able to revisit it yet, but it's going to be right up there around the number 10 marker, kind of like you.
It's so good, dude.
It's so good. Anyways.
All right.
So there's our full movie review. If you have any thoughts, please comment below.
Please.
Again, this is just film discussion. We're just two guys, chill dudes, talking about movies.
If you think it's a crazy take, I want to hear it.
Yeah, please.
Tell me why.
We're not defensive at all. Please tell us. We'd love to hear it.